So hello everyone and welcome back to City Skylines 2. It's been quite a while since I've played this game or since I've actually in fact done any update surrounding this game. So in this video what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you the piers and the quays. I guess we'll start with the quays. So as you can see here, so essentially the issue was that before you couldn't really get like piers going, so you could only kind of, or keys, so essentially beforehand you kind of have stuff looking like this, whereas now we can get a key and the key kind of just looks a lot better. Now the only thing is I don't actually like how this is, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of fix this up and kind of demonstrate what I mean with the keys. So this is a new feature in City Skylines 2. Now actually this is one of the things that's causing us some issues here, is this needs to be moved because that's why we couldn't actually. I was wondering why we couldn't get that working properly. So that's our substation. Obviously we need to connect it. But that's a slight issue. Essentially we just kind of want to move it a bit out of the way so that our pier can be placed there, and then that's connected. Great, that's all perfect. Cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get rid of this. We're going to go back to overground mode. I don't want to touch the underground because the underground can be very finicky to fix up, and then we don't need this hideous thing. This can all be fixed up in a second. So basically, before we do that, let's also just get rid of this thing, and the way we'll do that is I think it was this tool. Yep. There we go. We just don't want this here. We just want this a bit. Nope. Oh, for flip's sake. Why is this is all a bit finicky with the water? What am I doing? You know what? Maybe it's not the end of the world if we have that there for now. Okay, and then just do that. Great, so now what we're going to try do is we're going to try place this key so the key kind of runs all along here. So this is essentially the key. Now obviously there's some stuff here with the height that isn't ideal, but we'll get that sorted in a second. We've kind of just placed these trees here past, beyond the key, because why not, rather than doing it that way. So then what we want to do is, if you go here, now if you check here, you have keys. So you have another key. Essentially the difference is the path. So this one, as you can see, it looks like this. And the only thing is, it's not really. There we go, perfect. So what's going to have to happen here is this is going to have to contour out like so. There we go. So that's kind of our key there. So as you can see here, we have a key now. The wall is not very high for the key, but that's essentially our key. So it's instead of having kind of just like grass, it looks a bit more, if you go to the Docklands area, it's essentially creating Docklands area. And then this is our key here. Not really a big, well actually, that's kind of fine. You know what, I can live with that. And then this here is our warehouse. This is just an industrial area. Yeah, the traffic here is insane. As you can see, we probably need to fix that, but look, I don't really have time to fix that. So that's the keys. So that's what the keys look like, essentially. And what we might do is we might just put a key here as well. We'll put the other type of key here just to demonstrate what it looks like. So this is the other kind of key. As you can see. And then You might want to step this up a bit, like so. Oh, we don't want this as a sloping anymore, we want this at ground level. It's this here. So then kind of what we need. So that's kind of our key here. And then we probably don't need a key here, we just need to put a normal footpath here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna smooth out the land. So I think that's the issue there. Yeah, so like so. Right, like so. And like so. There you go. So you can see kind of now when you do that, you can kind of see the key. So we just need to do that for the rest of this. So then we can just completely just see the key without any of this other crap. I think here is the electric thing, so that's why it's not going to show it like so. So there you go. So now you can see what we can do is we can see the key. This all looks a bit horrendous on this side. So we want this here to kind of reach the key level. Yeah, so it's a bit finicky for sure. And probably this, what needs to happen here is this needs to be a bigger height. So what we're going to do here is do that. And then that probably needs to... No, we'll have to leave that for now. Like, I don't really have time to deal with this right now. So what we're going to do is we're very quickly going to just place this like so. No. For some reason this doesn't go above 10, which is a bit annoying. So what we want to do is, I think this is at 0. And then this needs to go at 10. Like so. So that's kind of our key there, as you can see. Yeah, look, that will be a work in progress, to say the least. This all has to be flattened out, it all looks hideous. Yeah, I actually don't know what's going on here. This is all... So yeah, look, you kind of need to play with the landscape, because I think the issue is you kind of need to bring everything up to the same height. So that is something we're going to have to leave for a future episode, just because time is not exactly in our favor here. And then this here is the pier. So you can see here you have a wooden pier. So it walks out like this. You have a wide pier, you have a semi-wide pier, and then you have a narrow pier. And that's kind of there, and that's a nice little feature. So that's kind of the piers and the keys in a nutshell. And you have the two types of keys. You have this one here, and you have this one here. And this is nice because now you can see this looks a lot more like a city, because like usually like when you have high rise, you know, when you have these kind of like beaches and sandy stuff, you kind of have proper concrete jungles. So let me just take a screenshot of that, because I always forget to take a screenshot and then have nothing to actually use as a thumbnail. So let's do it like so. And you might want to use the wooden pier instead, so let's take a picture of that as well. So folks, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye for now.